Alright. So... there's my phone. Should be live. I'm gonna get my app open. And so, the plan is today is to work on a little bit more of this area, but I want to go ahead and start working on another area, which is going to be a interior area. And it's actually going to be the inside of Yggdrasil, one of the levels. And this level is going to be kind of unique, because they could potentially have a boss battle in it. So I need to develop it so that way I can share it with whoever I can, to the person I commission for our sprites. So that way they can build a boss battle around this area and make the sprites kind of line up with certain things. But we'll deal with that later. We'll do that in the second half of this mess. But right now, mainly, I want to continue to work on some of this. I'm still editing a little bit of this area. I'm still trying to break it down, get it unique, make it look condensed, but also have purpose behind it, not just wasted space. So I'm kind of working right now on doing a little bit of editing on this map. And mainly I'm just trying to make this entrance work out, where the path enters the cave. And that way we can build a way to enter this cave later on. So, if you'll just hang tight with me. I am working on that. I need to switch to behind the cliff. Why didn't that line up? Why on earth did those pieces not line up? Let's see. It doesn't help me if I can't make it go behind it to give that depth perception. We'll just roll with it for now. I may change it later when I figure out what I did that caused it to outline itself. And it's probably because the length of these is just off a tad. It is what it is. I will fix it later when I'm on that part. Okay, so I think I'm at the part where I can actually start using my drawing again. You want terrain sets. Nope. I do want continuous, but I do need it to do what I need it to do. I don't know if that'll stick. I don't know if I like that. I do not know if I like that at all. What I want to do real quick is I may go into GIMP and see what I can do to edit some of this. I could use Aspirite as well. But I'm going to try GIMP first. Since I have it open. Well, I had it open. Don't have it open anymore. But I want to go in here, take this and maybe change that. There it goes. Change that up a little bit. Cool. So I actually want to go into File, and I want to open. Let's go to Desktop. Valerune 3 main. So I know what the file name is in here, and I just need to pull that, technically. For snowy import. This should be it. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to see what I can do with one of these. I figure this would be the best bet because it's going to look more natural. I don't see how turning stones into a blue snow color is going to help with anything. What I may do is I make a copy of this and rename this and just do the snow part on this one. And that just may make it easier on me. All of these. Just don't know how I want to go about it. I'm sure there's a simple way to do it. I'm sure I'm not fluent enough to know how to do the simple way. Oh. I know how to do this on A-Sprite. That would work. I'm just going through here kinda and seeing what I want to do. So I need a blue. I don't want to completely erase the texture. I want you to still be able to see it. But there is such thing as too much texture and there's such thing as too little texture. I'm just trying to look at it and just see if I was walking down that path, what would be the most ideological, snowy look? Because all I care about is this. I don't care that all this other stuff's getting messed up. All I care about is that set. Okay. I just want to add this as a preset. Oh, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to click off and just look at it. I can always click back with it. That may be what I need. So I'm going to rename this. I'm going to export this as Winter Forest. I'm going to just do WF. And I'm going to do Snowy Path. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this into the thing. I don't care, like I said, any of that's messed up. My concern is I want this part to look natural. And so we're going to see what happens now. And we're going to want to put this in path tiles. I'm trying to get this to drop. Thank you. And I'm going to add another tile set in here, and that is going to be that tile set. It should have saved in here since it was already a part of that. Yep. No, because I only want what I edited entered. So I'm going to bring that down. And, you know, hopefully this looks good. If so, it'll probably help us out a bunch. Like I said, I don't care about the grass or anything. I mainly want that. I do want to make a bitmap of it. I will likely... See, it's already on a different, so... I'm gonna edit. Snowy path. Let's do this, maybe a light blue. And now let's go in here. It's going to be on the train set 2. And it's going to be snowy path. Obviously, I'm going to connect these. In just a second, I will... Now, I'm not going to end up drawing on these, I guess. It'll be fine for now that they're in there. I am, though, going to... That was bad. And it's okay, I'll fix it. Not the best drawer in the house, if you catch that. But there's ways to make it look like I didn't do anything wrong in the first place. And like I said, I'm fine right now with not having these other pathways. It does confuse the system, so I'm not going to do that. The goal is to make it look like you're walking where somebody has driven through the snow. I think it'll make it look a lot more realistic. And that is the goal. So yeah, we're just going to kind of test it out now and just see what happens. We don't need that there. Let's see. So we're at the tile map. Obviously, I've got these pathways. We're going to test the path. But in all reality, we don't need those at the moment. So, we're going to just try it out. It takes a minute sometimes to load in these other paths in the terrain section. I often have to move, do a bunch of clicking, do things in odd manners for it to show up. And so we're going to test this out. Oh, I think that looks 10 times better. I mean, I can still see it's brown, but it looks like it's just a bunch of eyes. I don't know if I'm happy with the tone yet. I mean, that is a nice snowy shade. Okay. Whoop. Now let's try this. I don't like that. So I'd have to figure out something right there to make the brown match up. Looks like something's maybe supposed to go there if you don't have the not sure what would go there. It's definitely not that. Let's see. Huh. I'm looking at shadows right now. I need to do more shadows. Sometimes it takes me forever to find what I'm looking for. But lo and behold, I will get there. I will get there. Takes time. That could have been it. I don't know. Is it maybe this? Some of these pieces, I don't know what they go to. It's not exactly stated what it goes to. You can obviously tell that was messed up. Doesn't make it look better. Well, at least it's rounded out there, but it doesn't explain that unless you know the pathway is technically going to shoot under. Let me finish fixing that then. See, that doesn't make any sense, though. It should be like that. Yeah. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced on that one. It's definitely missing its bottoms. I'm not sure where they are. I'm sure there's a great explanation for some of this. I'm sure some of y'all probably know what I'm looking for. That could be it. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I mean, I don't like that it doesn't have the snowy effect to it. Just don't know where else I may find those pieces that have that. Could be hidden through here, though, because they tend to sometimes be hard to find. I'm just going to look through real quick and make sure I'm just not being oblivious to it. I'm not seeing anything that would fit that description. It could easily be one of these, but it's not because those are edges. So, to be honest with you, I'm not sure on how to connect this part of it. I would assume it'd be that. Like I said, my argument is that the fact that it doesn't seem to make sense, I guess I could make it go farther down to make it make sense. So, like that. And then instead, just the part right here is what is getting me, and I think I just need to bring it down. So yeah, that may have actually fixed it. I can't tell. I feel like that is also an error. I feel like maybe... Nope, that's not right. No. Technically it should be that, right? So maybe I need to bring it down more. To me, that looks weird. Yeah. That looks really weird to bring it that far down and immediately curve it in. It makes too sharp a curve. That is fixable. I'm just not pleased with it, and I feel like it's too much. How do I fix that? I mean, that's a very good question. I would not want. I mean, my biggest thing here is take it off of the angle that it's at and just find a cave entrance. That's more natural. Problem with that is this is the cave entrance that goes with this cliff set. And so that is going to make it harder to replace it, more or less. So I've got to figure out another way to do it. There may be other pieces I can use from other sets, because they're all supposed to work together. But this is the snowy set. So... yeah. And I'm perfectly fine using it as the snowy set. It may be more or less that this is not right. I don't really like that it's come out this far. I feel like those 3 is too much. I feel like only 2 is fine. But I didn't want to go just straight down. So maybe what I could do instead is, instead of going straight down right here, I can take that away. Bring it right back down to here. Stop it there. And start bringing it down here. And the reason I'm going to do that is to shorten that face up. I'm not a fan of it just... yeah, because look, it just finishes right there. I don't want that. Let's see. I ended up working. Some of these pieces, you know, it's just kind of like a headache to fight with. Like right now, trying to look for, let's see, it wants that half bend. I don't have a half bend. It doesn't really even work right there. I could just have them jut out. And I don't think that looks terrible. But it also screams it's going in that direction. And I don't know if I want it going in that direction. I don't know if me reversing that again would make a difference. So what I need to do is almost go straight down. Start working on this like that. But I feel I just don't like that. It's not terrible. Maybe I'll look at it after I get done playing with it. I just don't know. You see how that sits on top of that and it doesn't look like it's naturally in the cystia. That's going to bother me. We may have to wait on doing the cave entrance. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be picky on this. And that is only because I want it to look good. I want it to look like it fits. And obviously having a cave that you can walk into like that, great, right? Problem is like I said, there's no place to sit with it. And none of these are overlaid. Is there a snow piece that forms that same bottom line? I don't think so. I don't think it has a piece that does that. I think it's all connected to these pieces, which sucks, but it is what it is. I need to situated here. And so what I'm going to do is I may have to come back to this. Internally fighting with it is not going to do me any good. And I want it to look good. Let me just place that. Let's start there. And I think it needs to be this piece. And it needs to be pretty sure it needs to be this edge. Just doesn't look right. I can tell right there it doesn't look right. So, what happens if I do it this way? That may have to work. I mean, I can still tell. Either way, I'm going to continue on. I do not want to worry too much about it. And that looks good. And then I'm going to go ahead and where in the world would I do this? I do not like that. I do not like that. And what I don't like is actually that right there. And it's because it's not finished. So that actually needs to be finished out to make it look right. So that's finished out. So now bring it down one. Erase that. Bring it. Now let me look at it. Oh yeah, that's better. Not 100% happy with it. Definitely not 100% happy with it. Too jagged right here. It just looks like I gave up and was just trying to cut the corner. I don't like that part. I know that it is kind of a part of that. That is better. Yeah, that's better. There's always room to improve here. I do not understand why. It's just a solid run. I'm assuming it's just to be shadow. And the player, you probably wouldn't even notice. It just, I notice it. I'm picky. So I'm going to try and do just a tad under it. I want path behind cliffs. I wonder if I can get it to... Not sure why that's offline with itself. Why does it pull it? Just want to know why it's pulling it like that. I had this issue before. I'm trying to figure out how I fixed it. I think it's a sizing thing. Let me view the grid. See, it's skewed up a tad. I don't understand why. Yeah, everything's lining up with it, but that one. This is the only thing that is odd skewing. And I need to figure out why. Maybe I need to redo my paths. I think I want to redo my trains. And see. Go back on Snowy Path. So, a lot of times, what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna draw that. Let's see how messed up this makes this. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's just see what it does now. Whoop. That's not what I wanted to do. Essentially, I'd like to make a small path. But apparently when I was editing that, I missed something. This is the hard part. So you gotta figure out how to... So there's only one to read that for up and down. Ooh, I wonder if I have the edited version of that. Is it messed up in here? So... I didn't mean to put that on path. It needs to be on cliff. Cliff only has the brown version, so I need to pull in the other version. The only thing is it kills that completely. If you're looking at it, yeah, it doesn't look right. I'm making specifically fix that. Yeah, I'm making specifically fix that piece. Let me see. The only part it's not going to fix is right there, which does bother me. Yeah, so it messes up that. I mean, I can fix that. I can fix that. What I'm essentially going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this piece, right? So this is the original. I am going to turn on the grid so I know what I'm working with. Okay, so it's these pieces right here that are essentially the issue. That one in that corner. So I don't want to do select by color. I think I'm going to do fuzzy select. I think that's where. So for the most part, that is all the correct pieces. It's going to be a little skewed right here. I don't know if I can deselect that. But it's in. Tool, filters, reshow, winter path. Okay. Zoom in on this and fix this. It's not what I wanted. It's probably because it wants to pick it up. Aha. Thank you. Okay, so that should fix the error there. And once again, go back in here. And we are going to add another thing. Let's see. It looks better. It's not great. I'm going to get away from this for a minute. Mostly because it is a lot. But I do kind of want to do another area. I don't feel like I've made much progress right now. I'm making progress. It's just, there's so much more to be done. And it's at that point now, like, man, is it a pain. Let's see. I may have to come back to this. Oops. whoever's joined me, give me a second. I'm adding in the world tree assets right now. And mainly that is because I'm going to start working on that area. Been kind of fighting with the snowy area a little bit, trying to add in a snowy pathway instead of using just the brown. Because I feel like the brown kind of does overwhelm a tad. So just more editing and all that stuff, but I am fixing to start on trying to do a little bit of the world tree. This is exterior. Let's do that. And it is showing me where, like, walking path is. So you're going to see, like, different pieces of that. Trying to decide where to even start. Obviously, there's the grand entrance. I'm gonna likely need to do... Don't think I have any of the other landmark areas. God, I hate that this is so small. Give me just a minute. Okay, so here is some of the bottom. Let's see. Go down. And I mean, it's going to look tiny right now. This thing is massive if you do it right. Just getting to the point where I can. Obviously, I'm going to want only these middle areas so that way I can expand it. Oh, not what I wanted. Let's see. It's just like building a cliffside. Your goal is to size it correctly so that way you feel the most natural, like, viewpoint of that tree. And so sometimes you have to expand it out, but if you do expand it out, you have to be very careful about where you place other pieces of it. Like I said, it's all about visual representation. And if not done right, it will not look natural. And I will be able to tell in just a second if I did not make that wide enough. No, I did. But that's not the entrance I want. I'm pretty sure there's another entrance somewhere around here. If there's not, I'll make do. And I'm not sure. I think these are root systems that come down on top of the tree if I wanted them to. And that's how you can get your entrance. These entrances are more for like side view. It makes no sense to put them in the center. So thus I'm not putting them in the center. But the visual of this is that. Okay, I can see how that works. It kind of looks like a human slide of some sort. Does that make sense to me? Human slide may not be the word. But it fits for the most part. Problem is, what is a piece that would bring that together? Because to me, that stops really abruptly. And I'm not a fan of abruptly stopping anywhere. Oh, that's not it. Definitely not it. So let me see. So yeah, so that's a issue, not a problem, but an issue. Because what it's telling me is it's trying to match it up to another piece. That don't look natural. But that is the entrance. Don't know if I like it. Kind of make that kind of cool. A shadow? For what? Oh, probably for that thing. Let's see. So I'm on the interior piece. I may go in the tile set itself and edit out. Let me get off of that. Edit out this part and make it transparent. And that way, maybe I could let the grass do its thing underneath it. And I think it would look 10 times better. And the way I would do that is I would just take everything from this area and select it and just take that out. I could erase it. It may take me 10 years. But the next time I work, maybe tomorrow or something, maybe the next time I work on this area specifically, I'm going to have that fixed and we'll go with it. So there is some shadowing here. And that is perfectly fine. Since it goes with the tree. I don't understand why it's so sharp right there. It just kind of stops. I would understand it if it didn't stop. But since it's... Oh no, that's interesting. I'm not quite sure why it stops like that. For right now, I'm not going to worry about it. I will add those shadows in later because I've got to add the grass. And I don't have the map tiles yet for this grass size. What I want to do is just get the tree kind of shaped out and go from there. I may have to do a few things to it. Ooh, and yeah. So yeah, that worked because it's an odd number of tiles to match that up. see. It does not line up. That does. Trying to see what lines up and what doesn't. That doesn't line up right there. That doesn't line up either. Done a bit of splitting, so that lines up. That lines up. No, it doesn't. That doesn't. Maybe on the wrong row. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I feel like I'm not getting somewhere. Let's see. I think I'm going to end the stream here. I need to figure some things out. Kind of figure out how most of this lays down on the actual map, but I am getting tired. I hate that I'm ending these short, but I also can't just keep dragging on and just being silent. I may try to stream a little bit earlier than 6 to 8 on most nights. I just know that most people work, and so to me it makes sense to do it in the afternoon, but maybe I need to start doing it in the day on the weekends, so I'm not so tired. But yeah, we didn't really get much done tonight, which kind of disappoints me, but I know that there's going to be these slow nights where I don't feel like much progress is being made, but it is being made, and it's getting better each time we complete an area or just add something to the maps. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed what little I got to do today. And I will see y'all next time, hopefully tomorrow.